sure, eventually. Now, I think that if you're talking about Elon Musk's plan, where he says he wants to move 1 million people to Mars in 10 years, no, I don't think it will happen that way. I think what will happen is more like this. First, we'll send 6 people to Mars, and they will explore. And maybe we'll send another 6, and they'll explore another place, and maybe another place. And we'll find the best place to put a settlement. Then, we'll send 20 or 30 people there. And they will start building habitats and greenhouses and create the first farms on Mars. And once those farms are growing, and now we have food growing on Mars, then we'll send 50 people and 100 people. And they'll make the farms much bigger, and they'll create industries. So now we'll be making steel on Mars, and glass, and plastics. And so we can create structures on Mars using things that we're making on Mars. And as this economic base grows, then more and more people will come. So first 6, then 20, then 50, then 100, and then 400, and 1,000. Yes, so I don't think we're going to move 1 million people in Mars. Let's take 1 million people, move them on Mars. Okay, no, but it will grow, and then at a certain point, there will be hundreds of thousands of people going to Mars, just as right now, today, there are probably at least 10,000 people going to fly from the United States to China, or China to Europe, or whatever. Well, I think that there certainly will be independent countries on Mars, and it may just be one country, or it may be 20 countries or 50 countries. And there will be thousands of new countries, city-states, in the asteroid belt. And this is a very good thing, because people need to have a place where they can go where the rules haven't been written yet, and where they can decide what the rules are going to be, where they can be the makers of their world instead of just people living in a world that has already been made. And there will always be people who have different ideas on how this should be. And in general, they will not be popular in their homelands, because people there will say, this is how we do it here. Why don't you get that? This is our way. I say, well, you don't want to do it this way? Go somewhere else. So they go somewhere else. And they try it their way. And if their way is better, then those colonies will succeed, and people will immigrate there. Thousands, millions of people will immigrate there, and those will grow, and those will be examples to the rest. If their ideas are not good, and many will not be good, because there is, after all, a reason why things are done the way they are done. So if you're going to try something else, there's a good chance you're wrong. They could be wrong. Those colonies will fail. We won't even hear about them. Okay, they will go away. But the ones that succeed will become examples to everyone. And then as far as wars between them, I don't think so. I don't see the point of having interplanetary wars. You wanted to live on Mars, you would have gone there. You wouldn't. But also, wars are based on the idea that there's only so much to go around. If you look at for instance, the biggest wars of the 20th century, for instance, the Second World War, okay. Germans and Japanese invaded other countries to try to take them over. There's only so much here on Earth. We need to take our part. Okay. It was all nonsense. Okay. What was it that caused that war? It wasn't that they needed more land. It was that they thought they needed more land. Okay. And it is this idea that there is not enough to go around. It is this idea that was the real enemy in that war, because that was the thing that caused all the problem. Now, if we're going out into space, we realize that we're not just living on a little Earth. Or if you think of the Earth, you say, well, it's not true that there's only so much land there because the Earth comes with an infinite sky. Okay? And all the planets come with an infinite sky. And if we become a spacefaring species, people will understand that there's infinite possibilities, and rather than try to attack each other, to take from each other, we should work together to create more worlds.